Welcome back to the InScentive Collection. I be the host, Brandon, and today we are getting into another fragrance from Dries Van Noten. This one is going to be Raving Rose. Yeah! Let the raving begin. Anyway, focus. We have Raving Rose, a pepper rose scent. Now, I did smell Rose Carnivora, which I think I liked. But I think it was more of a feminine type of rose. It reminded me of Black Rose from Zara Hoff, but better. So Raving Rose, I have no idea what this is. What I can say is the bottle is absolutely stunning. This is one of the better looking bottles. I think in person it'd probably be even better. I don't know what it is. I think it's the flat pink, and then it looks like a cobalt, not cobalt, like a carmine red. Look at that. Carmine red. I don't know. It works for me. It works for me. Let's get into the fragrance. Let's get into it. Make sure to like, subscribe, stay connected. All right. So, bam. These things come right out, man. I wish I could unsheath them, but they're just ready to give it up. So there is none of that. All right. So we're getting clear fragrance. Right? Clear fragrance. Hope you guys can see that. Bam. Clear. Very clear. All right. So we'll see. Get this on the inside. All right. Wow. It just dawned on me that I've never smelled a rose pepper fragrance before. They're both very familiar notes, the pepper and the rose, but I've never smelled them together. Let's get back into it, all right? I'm losing it over here, but I like it. I like it. All right, so let's get going here. We have in Dries Van Noten's garden, not all roses are what they seem. Hold on. Not all roses are what they seem. One is bold, modern, explosive. Raving Rose defies the expectations, transforming the classic bloom into something thrilling and modern. A lush, opulent rose that a rose is electrified by the intensity of pepper that exudes a fresh yet fiery sensation. Sensational yet unexpected. That's exactly what this is. Sensational and unexpected. Yes, rose and pepper. The bottle is a study of contrast with a vivid bubblegum pink cap set against the striking metallic red base that offers a modernist composition, both sleek and captivating. And I agree, this bottle is goddamn gorgeous. I don't know what it is. It works. It works. It works. I don't know why, but it works. It works. And I'm glad they put that in there. In the top notes, you have pink pepper, black pepper. In the heart notes, you have rose water, rose absolute. In the base, you have cashmere and musk. Yeah, listen closely. I would buy this and apply it all the time. I like this, okay? This is exciting. This is exciting. This is a new profile for me. It is fairly simple, so I can't say that this is, you know, breaking the earth apart, but it does smell nuanced. It smells high-end. It smells amazing. And it also is very well blended. Pink pepper, black pepper, also too, usually people pick one side and go with it. Yeah, usually people pick one side and go with it. It having both makes sense because it is sweet, but it is very prickly. It's the same type of pepper that you get in Molton Brown's. Gosh, man. Hopefully I can put a cue card in here. But Molton Brown has a pepper fragrance that is like very prickly. That's what I'm getting here, but it's a little bit smoother. Rose water, rose absolute. Not familiar with those, but what I can say is that it smells damn good. Cashmere and musk is giving it that the lightness of it. The rose is an icon for Dries, but I wanted to disrupt its classism to create a rose that is not a rose, not taking itself too seriously. Ultra modern and spicy by Louise Turner, the perfumer. Okay, Louise Turner, the perfumer. My shoulders are absolutely fried. Okay, so just kind of want to go over to Fragrantica and see if there's anything different. Even though I'm pretty sure Fragrantica is just copy and pasting this thing. It did come out in 2002. This is a rose, musky, soft spice, fresh spice, powdery, floral, woody smell. Okay, and I can tell you right now, this image that Fragrantica has does not do this bottle justice at all. Not at all. But yeah, same thing. They have the same thing listed. I wonder if this perfumer made anything else from the house. It is... I'm trying to see. Oh, here we go. Here she is. I'm not gonna go through all of these. She made some bad boy fragrances. Good Girls. She made some bad boys. But I'm not seeing anything else from Dries Van Noten. She's made stuff for Coach. Yeah, this is a very clean, well put together. She's made fragrances from Jean Paul Gaultier, Jennifer Lopez. Yeah. Jupe. She's I mean, you can smell her fingerprint in here. And I'm not going to sit here and say I've smelled these other fragrances that she put out, because I haven't. But you can tell this is well put together. Mugler, she's made fragrances. This woman has been in this game for a very long time. And it shows. She's also made Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, and I know a lot of people like that fragrance because it smells good. Well done, Dries Van Noten. They picked a great perfumer here. It is linear, and it is, maybe this is you know, because a lot of their fragrances are kind of catch up later. So maybe they were just looking for something that could be a little bit more fast action, a little bit more bold, a little bit more in your face. They definitely did it with this one. But I would say it's not nearly as creative and experimental as some of the other stuff that I've tried from the house. That doesn't necessarily make it better or worse. I think they have a myriad of options here. You can have something that's more... So far from the house, I've smelled things that are nothing really designer or mass appealing, but definitely fragrances that are incredibly nuanced and take you on an adventure, and fragrances that are very bold and singular. They know exactly what they're doing. Those are the two things that I've smelled from this house. Overall, this particular fragrance, I think is a really, really good fragrance. I don't think it's necessarily a feminine fragrance. I think this is probably 60-40. I think the pink pepper does make it sweet. So it's like, you gotta be okay with having a sweet fragrance. Some guys don't want to wear a sweet fragrance, and I totally get that. But at any rate, I like it. I think this is solid. I wish I could remember that Molton brown fragrance that it smells like. It really bums me out that I can't think of it. Let me see. Molton brown. It's like Energized or something like that. Pepper. Let's see. Let's get into it. Recharge black pepper. Yes. That's what it is. Recharge. I told you, like electric. Recharge black pepper. If you can get your nose on that, I would say that prickliness, but way smoother, way more refined. But is in that realm, and then it adds like a rose, but it isn't. I get what they're saying. It isn't a traditional rose. Rose water sounds about right. Yeah. This is definitely not a rosy fragrance. Rose is more of like a background singer, one of the louder ones, but it's definitely a musk, pepper, light rose fragrance. I like this a lot. I think this is pretty damn great. So what do you guys think? Have you tried this? Have you tried the house? What do you think of Dries Van Noten? Is there anything that I need to check out from the house? It doesn't look like they have a whole lot of fragrances. It looks like all the fragrances they have are the ones that are in the kit, which is pretty amazing. So I'll be very curious to see where they go with this. But thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and check out the newsletter. It comes out once a month. Tips, tricks, things to help you get along your fragrance journey. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.